Should be online. Hi everyone. So this is another episode of Code with Swiz. New thing I'm trying to give these live codings an actual name. So what we're going to work on today is continue where we left off on Sunday, which is building a privacy-focused embed plugin for Gatsby and possibly for Next.js if I get around to it later. The idea being that users, when they come on your page, shouldn't have to load third-party JavaScript, they shouldn't ping third-party servers, and we shouldn't let other websites track our users just because they're on our page. So what I'm doing is taking a screenshot of YouTube, Twitter, and other such embeds, putting them in articles or your website as thumbnails, as images, and then the idea is that when you click on it, it changes into the full embed. Where we left off last time, let me start my Gatsby playground. Should I start my Gatsby playground? I think I commented something out. Yes, I did. So where we left off last time was that we had a working plugin that inserts thumbnails into your page. What it wasn't doing was configuring the class names so that my JavaScript could then pick up on that and add the interaction. So we're gonna try to do that today. And hopefully if everything goes right, we're gonna have a working plugin within the next, hopefully an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. We'll see how it goes. And Dayan is asking, Dayan asked, what are my thoughts on Kubernetes? I have never used Kubernetes, and I'm sorry my stream froze last time on Facebook. So Kubernetes is something that a lot of people say is really important for DevOps and makes it easier to do complicated things. I've never used it, and from everything I've heard, Kubernetes is sort of like regex. You think that regex is the solution to your problem, and now you have 500 problems because you're dealing with regex. So yeah, I've never tried Kubernetes. I prefer using things like AWS, CloudFormation, or serverless framework. I've heard great things about Amplify, but I've never actually tried Kubernetes itself. Now, what did I do wrong here? What? No such file or directory, source pages, blog, image, pic.png. That's weird. Why is it trying to get that? Okay, so we should have and I'm sorry, Dayan, if that doesn't answer your question. I really, at least not directly, but now should have in this adversarial embeds. I still have problems on my, why does my stream keep doing that? That's weird. Problems on my Lambda with taking screenshots of ads. I'm gonna fix that some other time. What I'm gonna try to figure out now is go into my plugin that I'm working on. So cd documents random coding privacy embeds, and we're going to run yarn dev so that microbundle keeps bundling my repository, my project in the background. And I'm gonna add here in Gatsby privacy embeds, we're gonna look for this here. When we're doing link node properties, I need to figure out how we can add class names. Article about that, markdown class name to image node. Let's be transformer remark to add default classes. Very nice. Default HTML attributes that exists. So what that means is we can go look at the actual implementation of this plugin, default HTML attributes, and we can see how they add them. What is it doing? So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Let's see, headings to query, EL to query, prop of EL target data H properties. If no data H properties set, so H properties props class name. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Apparently there's a data.h properties. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna yarn clean so that we make sure that the plugin is rerunning. I've had problems with that before. We go link node.data equals, we're gonna take any existing data that's already there, and we're going to add H properties like this, h properties, and we're going to again make sure that we extend anything that already exists, link node.data.h properties. And I don't know right now why is prettier not prettifying this, because I'm missing a curly brace, right? No? What prettier, what are you complaining about? Where is my syntax error? Properties, there, that was the syntax error. Okay, so I'm making sure that I preserve anything that's already there, and we're adding h properties. I don't know if h properties is something that is Gatsby or just for Remark, or like if it's something that works in general with Markdown, or if it's something that only works in Gatsby. We can find that out later if we try to port this to Next.js. For now, let's try this and see what happens. Also, please let me know if my music is too loud. I feel like it's pretty loud today. Okay, there's h properties. I cannot read h properties of undefined. Yes, of course not. Link data like that. Will that work? Or, no, it's like this. Link node data h properties. My machinery doesn't support that. So what do we do? Let's get, if link node.data doesn't exist, so what we can do is this. We can go in 2 steps and then it should work. The difference being that we are now first defining the data property of this node, and then once we have the data property defined, we move on to defining h properties on that node. So yarn start, let's see what happens next. Okay, so my CPU seems to be doing pretty fine with the slightly updated setup. I'm now using Canon's official webcam mode for cameras, and that seems to be working a lot better than the previous hack I was using. Okay, so is that showing up? Come on. Okay, it's generating image thumbnails. That's good progress, I think. We got a bunch of outputs that we don't really need. Do I still have console logs here? Where are my console logs coming from? Yes, they are here. Okay, so that's my debugging information. I'm still printing what we create. It's now building the development bundle. No such file or directory. Still don't know what that's about. Now, will the embed stuff work? So we've got this. I can now reload the page, or let's get the latest stuff. And what's happening here? And we have data embed type YouTube. With this, it changes in youtube.com refuse to connect. What? Refuse to display in a frame because it set X-frame options to same origin. Okay, good progress. So we are not using the right embed URL, which means if this is YouTube, we get the thumbnail URL. So the data embed URL needs to be changed for YouTube. Now, how do we do that? I'm pretty sure. Let's see, what's the best approach to doing that? If we want to have the JavaScript that gets injected into our header as simple as possible, which means we should do the hard work of transforming this into an embed URL over here. So the next part we can do is use the actual oembed protocol and you and do the same thing that Gatsby remark embedder does, so that it makes a request to a remote API, which tells it what the embed URL should be. So if we go Gatsby remark embedder here, let's see what this does. Gatsby remark embedder, we can go into source and look at how they do it. If we look at YouTube in particular, it takes the YouTube thing, whatever. Okay, so they are transforming it manually. Okay, so let's transform it manually. What we're gonna do, right now we're doing this just for YouTube, so we don't have to be very generic yet, but let's make it YouTube.js. Yeah, we can do it like this for now, and then we can export it later and make it more extendable and stuff like that. So we get the thumbnail, then we say function get YouTube iframe function get YouTube. Okay, iframe source equals URL string. Actually, I can just copy paste this. I'm gonna copy paste this. I know that's terrible, and that, hey, this is open source. I can totally borrow code from open source, can't I? So get time value in seconds. Get time value in seconds. I wonder if I can just literally import this from Gatsby. Ooh, that could be cool. Yeah, we can do it that way. Let's depend on Gatsby remark embedder. Yeah, that seems like a great idea. So I'm gonna say yarn add Gatsby remark embedder. Almost makes me think that I should be doing this inside that repository. Okay, we can do that later. We can later change this to be a PR on Gatsby remark embedder. So I'm gonna import Gatsby remark embedder right now, and I'm gonna take this and we will import it. So we say import let's see, YouTube.js sort, what's it called, get YouTube iframe source from Gatsby remark embedder. I'll see if this works, and it should be in source transformers YouTube. We'll see. No, it is declared, but its value is never read. Yeah, whatever. So we take this and we put it into the original URL, and now I go yarn dev to see if this compiles. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a great idea. We're gonna try to make this into a semantic error, cannot find module. Okay, so that doesn't work. I can't just import stuff all willy-nilly, which is frustrating. Transformations push, await, yeah. Okay, so next attempt, I'm going to actually copy paste it for now so that we can get the proof of concept working. YouTube.js, where are you? So I'm taking this out and I'm gonna go here, export const, this stuff. Can you make less noise down there? And we take get YouTube iframe source. This should work now. Okay, yarn dev to again run the compiler and keep it running in the background, or the bundler, compiler slash bundler. And then we go here and we say yarn clean. Okay, come on. Gatsby clean, yarn start. And let's see if this works now. Come on, computer, you got this. Okay, so this is now going to compile. Is it going to compile? It did compile. Okay, so now I should be able to go to the adversarial example of that code. Okay, that worked. And reload the page. And let's see what happens. Okay. Waiting for localhost. Oh, because it's still writing out requires and stuff. The Gatsby is being kind of slow today. So, connection refused, whatever. Come on. You got this, computer. You can do it. I feel like it's getting slower and slower today. Again, as usual. Also not sure if anyone's watching tonight. Let's see, is anyone there? Is my... I don't know what any of this means. So this says that there's 3 people watching, but my chat room says there's only 2. Let me try restarting my chat room then. Perhaps Restream chat died. It sometimes disconnects and has problems. Okay, so... Oh wow, it's hello. Hello chat room. Okay. Got this. Oh, okay, great. It now says that there's 3 people, 2 people, whatever. Let's reload the page. Come on. You got this, computer. What can I quit? What am I running that I don't need to be running? Why is Zoom running? Computer, come on. Still building the development bundle. Why is it getting slower? That's weird. And why is it running through the same thing a million times? That's also frustrating. Okay, yes. Come on. Okay. Dude, hello Carlos, what's up? Come on, come on. Click. And it transforms in... Yes? Okay, so that worked. 0 again, and is now back to weird. Okay, so that is work step we can do. Let's commit this while I'm here. Okay, so we got that working. Now I'm going to try to move the JavaScript embed to happen in the plugin, and then if that works, then I'm gonna try to move all of this machinery to Gatsby Remark Embedder, because that's a plugin. I'm gonna try to add features to it, which I think is gonna be exciting. So git commit -m, we say successful thumbnail to embed conversion. Great. Now let's kill this, yarn clean. We can remove the console log. Where are you? Remove the console log. I'm not gonna use the caching stuff just yet, although probably should. Okay, let's copy how I use cache. Yeah, we should use cache for this, but not right now. Let's start with moving the code from Zoom quit unexpectedly. No, I quit Zoom. It did not quit unexpectedly. Now, where is it? Gatsby browser.js. So I should be able to take this code and create a Gatsby browser.js file in my plugin, and that plugin should then do Gatsby's shadowing magic, I think. Let's try. I'm gonna go here. We have ls source. I actually don't know how to do this. Let's see. Let's do some Googling. Gatsby plugin add to Gatsby browser. Actually do. Gatsby plugin browser dependencies, the Gatsby browser JS API file, plugin development in Gatsby. Let's incremental builds, great. The APIs rep A. But how do I do this in a plugin? Gatsby browser API. Okay. Gatsby node helpers, plugin development, plugin library, recipes. Let's see if there's good recipes and layouts, working with plugins, working with starters, working with themes, plugins even do this. Working with plugins, using a plugin starter. Okay, Gatsby new my plugin. Oh, outside of your using the Gatsby new command, direct this, my plugin, Gatsby site, Gatsby config, add the plugin to your site's Gatsby config JSON, run Gatsby develop to verify the plugin starter loaded correctly. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I think I know how to do this. Actually, I can also look it up on the Gatsby. What is a plugin that I'm using that I know does this? If I look at Gatsby config, we can look at this guy here, Gatsby plugin Twitter. So Gatsby plugin Twitter, and let's see if this how to. Gatsby plugin Twitter. Show me the Twitter one. Gatsby plugin Twitter pixel. Source Twitter users. Okay, maybe this one has it. Let's see, source, Gatsby SSR. Okay, so it's just directly in source. We can do Gatsby browser JS on route update. Okay, let's try that. So I'm gonna go with, but then we can't really compile stuff, can we? Yeah, because it should be using just component shadowing. So let's see. And then I think using Gatsby remark embedder is going to be easier. Let's see. ls, we go touch source Gatsby browser JS, and we go in here, index.js, browser JS, paste the code, and let's see what happens. So I'm gonna run yarn dev here, and we'll see if this stuff gets added in my Gatsby site. So I'm here. If I look at my Gatsby browser on the site, it's empty, which is exactly what I want. I can now run yarn clean. Okay, yarn clean ran. I can now run yarn start again to see what happens. Yarn start. Come on, Gatsby develop, work. Oh, I don't need to be running Telegram. Okay, so it's loading all the plugins, doing all the things. Come on. Sourcing and transforming nodes. Yeah. No such file or directory. I still don't know what that's about, and I don't really care right now. It's building schemas, it's creating pages, ran all the thumbnails. Is this next part gonna work? Let's see. Come on, writing out the requires. Please, fingers crossed, make it work. Okay, now it's now generating image thumbnails. Come on, computer, you got it. Okay. Why is it doing that again? I don't understand why it's happening multiple times. It's still building the development bundle. Okay, so we got that. We should see that these things are going to be thumbnails now, or like just images. Fucking page. And come on. Okay. Dash and hard reload. It actually got the right thumbnail, and that's funny. Okay, so we got the thumbnail. Now click on this, and it did not work. Cannot read property is read only. Keep running into errors. We do have the embed URLs and stuff. That's working. What we don't have, if we go into view page source, is the actual where is it? Yeah, the code didn't show up, the one that's supposed to turn the thumbnail into an embed. So what I'm gonna try next is moving this to Gatsby Remark Embedder, and maybe it's gonna work better there. So I'm gonna run yarn clean again. I'm gonna end this stuff, and I'm going to fork Gatsby Remark Embedder, and let's try it there. So fork. Oh, I've already forked it. Nice. This branch is even with the master. Cool. So I can take that. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. Go here. We cd out, and I'm going to say git clone this project, Gatsby Remark Embedder. I'm gonna go into Gatsby Remark Embedder, and we say git checkout -b privacy embeds. Let's call them privacy embeds. And I'm gonna move my code over. So we go here. We're no longer gonna need, where is it? Download images. No, Gatsby config JS. This one. We're going to use the Gatsby Remark resolver, and we're going to take out the privacy embeds like that. And I'm gonna go here, open a new VS Code file, and this VS Code, or well, a new VS Code workspace window, whatever you want to call it, Mark Embedder. And where do we put this stuff? So I'm gonna start with seeing if source, if the thing package JSON say whatever. So we're going to go here, touch source Gatsby browser.js, and I'm gonna copy stuff over from the Gatsby browser like this. We go into Gatsby browser.js. Oh, I need to install all of the dependencies. Forgot to do that part. So it's installing all of the dependencies. Okay. Come on. You got this, computer. Okay, it's fetching changes, it's doing all of the things. Now. Yeah. Okay. Come on, install everything. And I'm gonna have to see, can I use export here? Yes, I can. Perfect. So this thing is working. Or I think it is. Come on. And the first thing I'm gonna do is try if running this through Gatsby Remark Embedder actually puts the JavaScript in my browser. If it doesn't put the JavaScript in my browser, then I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this in a different way, with not by using Gatsby shadowing. Come on, computer. Why are you so slow? It's not even overheating that much, which is weird. Okay, come on. What are you waiting for? Why so much waiting all the time? Okay. Come. What is taking so long? Okay, that took 3 minutes almost. Is it now gonna save? Perfect, that's saved. So we can go here now and we say yarn link, and we go into my test repository and say yarn link Gatsby remark embedder. So this is gonna make it so we're running code from my local repository, not from whatever is installed. I already ran yarn clean. Now I can run yarn start, and we're not gonna have thumbnails right now. We're gonna have the actual iframe embeds, but what we're testing is whether this JavaScript shows up in the browser. If it does, then we can move over the actual, the other stuff. We're gonna use the configuration file to let people configure how this privacy stuff works. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the general idea. And whether we get it, we will see. Oh, errors. Can't find module this /dist index.js. Okay, so apparently there's a compilation step that I'm missing. We go into package.json. Main is /index.js. Where was it trying to find this? Node modules, Gatsby plugin, Gatsby remark embedder, index.js. Cannot find module dist. What? Gatsby, yeah, MDX plugin threw the error because that's where we're using the remark embedder. Okay, so scripts build. Let's try yarn build then. Yarn build. I have a feeling this is not actually going to work because of the build step. Okay, now yarn start, and we see what happens. Pa-pa-dum, pa-pa-dum. Come on, computer. You got this. Oh, did I run yarn clean? It should be fine, hopefully. So it's running everything again. It's using up all of my computer. Come on. Okay, that's progress. We now got the same error as before with some weird picture that I'm installing, that I'm embedding incorrectly or including incorrectly. Okay. Come on, computer. You got this. Come on. This is taking forever. Oh, also, is my screen going orange? Let's try to make sure my screen does not go orange. That's gonna be better. Okay, it's generating thumbnails finally. To generate 78 thumbnails if I have like 2 pictures on the entire test website. And also, why is it so slow about it? I feel like one interesting thing with streaming is that my computer gets progressively slower and slower as I stream, which feels wrong. Okay, so it's building the development bundle, which means we're making good progress. Yes, the same error again. Still don't know why it does it twice. Oh. And I'm gonna have to see what goes into dist. So dist, oh cool, it did copy Gatsby browser there. That's good. That is very promising, because if it copied Gatsby browser over there, that means it might actually work. We will see. It's still building the development bundle, but fingers crossed. There we go. Building development bundle took only 60 seconds. Okay, now this is going to be a normal iPhone. Indeed. So, but what is the JavaScript? There's on yes. So that should show up. There should be a script tag. Let me zoom this in so you guys can see what I'm actually doing. There should be a script tag here. No, that's the, and we got the head. We embed the script at the end. Oh, why am I not looking at the head? Depth, data depth, whatever that is. Script socket IO. Come on, script, where's my script? Why are there so many styles? What the hell? Script. No, that's Twitter. This one, is it this one? New. That's not it. This one is also not it. How can I? Oh, because there's nothing that has the data embed URL right now. So let's try adding just a console log here. Console log. Hello, this is working. And then I'm going to yarn clean again, and I'm going to yarn build here. So this is kind of painful because I'm figuring out how to actually debug and develop this thing as I'm going. So we've got that, and then I can go again. And while I'm doing that, I can go into index.js and let's see about how we can add something. Yes, log, whatever. So what I need to figure out next is how to add my old transformation that's changing how this gets embedded in the thing. That was a terrible way of for where I can put my transformation. We should transforms push. Okay, node value equals HTML, await get HTML based on the URL string and the service name. I think, yeah. Yes. So we're gonna hook into here. What is get HTML calling? Get HTML default transformers default transformers, transformers and the custom transformers, and the default transformers come from transformers index.js, right? Yes, okay, index.js. But what I need to do, so we're gonna look at the YouTube transformer. Come on, you can do this, computer. The computer's having trouble navigating around the repository right now because it's decided that it is very slow. I also feel like I need another light coming from this angle. That would be nice. Where would I put that though? Okay, so it still hasn't managed to open that, so I'm gonna open it manually. Let's see if we get any. Where do I get access to Gatsby settings? Because I know that's a thing that I can do. So where does custom transformers come? Aha. So the second param here is my my configuration. So we can say, how should we configure this? Let's go this way. Gatsby PAM. So we're gonna add something called, what should we call this? What should we call this? Let's say prefer privacy. I need a good name for this configuration option. That it's a configuration option that basically enables the plugin, or yeah, enables the transformation that uses thumbnails. Yeah. And and then we're gonna have services specific configuration for everything else. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna say preserve privacy, preserve user privacy. Yes. Preserve user privacy. No, avoid third party. Okay. Let's try this. Reload the page. It's processing the request. It does the thing. Yes, unknown. Did my console log actually... why are there so many fucking... I can't see run. Warning, validate DOM nesting. Yes, I don't give... Okay, so that's not really working. I'm gonna try adding an alert. An alert is going to be way more obvious. And while we're here, we're gonna say yarn clean, and we say avoid third-party JS. Go into this thing here. No, come on. Yarn clean. Then we go into remark embedder. We say in no, not that one, this one. So we say that we got this. It's false by default. Avoid third-party JS, and then we push this into get HTML. Or should we do it with a transformer before everything else? No, we're gonna do it with default transformers. So we got the transformers, we go through everything that should transform, and we run get HTML for each of them. And get HTML gets the same things it did before, and we also put in avoid third-party JS. Yeah, avoid third-party JS. We cache set as the URL string with the HTML. Cool. And then the avoid third-party JS, we're gonna go into the YouTube embedder for now. Index.js, YouTube.js. which is going to be here. Get HTML gets the URL. Get HTML gets the URL. Where is it? URL. Which get HTML does this run? So my camera died, ran out of battery. Okay, camera should be coming back soon enough. Services name. What does services name do? Right, I'm gonna go with this. So avoid YouTube, get YouTube, blah. We go with yeah, okay, I need to figure out how this is getting passed in. So we go through all of the transformers and we say we get the URL from cache, we get the HTML from cache. If there's no thing, we go to get HTML and we pass in the URL, we pass in whatever this is, and avoid third-party JS. Okay, so I can go here, I can say we don't need that one and avoid third-party JS. Then we say if avoid third-party JS, we do this. So we're gonna get the thumbnail. Come on, get thumbnail, where are you? Here, Gatsby browser, package.js, no, yes, index.ts. We're gonna get the thumbnail from there. Okay, get async function get thumbnail with the target URL, and we say const source get thumbnail of the URL, and we are going to await this, and when we get that URL, get HTML. So this needs to be async, which I think is fine. Can it be async? Are we using it async? Yes, we are awaiting it. So source, and then we return. I have that code in from an earlier experiment. We take this code and we say come on, there we go. We return source. We get the identifier. No, we don't need the identifier, do we? DOM ID, we do need the identifier. So no, wait, index.js, do I have an identifier here? I don't, because everything is listening directly on the image. Say data embed URL equals iframe source and data embed type equals YouTube. Yes, okay, so we've got that. And now I'm going to yarn build this here. It's going to be, I ran out of time. This is going to be my last test, and whether it works or not, that's going to be the end of this stream. Cool, yarn clean, yarn start. Now let's see what happens. Okay, come on, you need to stop printing shit here. Okay, I'm just gonna close this because it's annoying me. So we're gonna wait for this thing to load, and when it finishes building, we're gonna try if it does what it needs to do on the website, or on the test website in this case. Okay, come on, computer. Neat. Okay, come on. Mm-hmm. Come on. Oh, computer, come on, work faster. Why does writeout requires say it takes 0.006 seconds and then stalls there for like half a minute or something? It's kind of ridiculous. Okay. Building development bundle. Yes, computer, you got this. Like, what's the point of buying a computer this expensive if it's acting so slow all the freaking time? Actually, only when I'm streaming it's slow. Still don't know why. But I think the camera stuff is working a little better now. Yeah. Okay. So that ran. Now we can go here and see if we got thumbnails. Oh, I forgot to add an alert. So we've got this. Down, these should now be thumbnails. Transpiling module. Now, if I click on it, will it do what it needs to be? Let's see. Does it have... Come on. I clicked on this computer. There we go. Good job. Click. Yes, it's got that. But now, if I click on it like this, yeah, the Gatsby browser stuff isn't working. And I don't know why. Why isn't shadowing working in these files? Like, why doesn't shadowing work from a plugin? That perplexes me. LS-list index. Do I need to export it differently? Aha, exports.default. But if I cat my dist Gatsby browser, now that should still be working. Yeah, no idea. Okay, well, we tried. We made some good progress, and hopefully I'll be able to get this done pretty soon and then write a recap and stuff like that. I want to start doing those. So thanks everyone for watching. I will see you again on Sunday. Bye.